Welcome! Welcome to the Ultimate Entertainment Nexus. I am William Pride, the Nexus of the Ultimate Entertainment Nexus. This, I am telling the kills of our latest horror movies. I am doing Serial Mob, released in 1994. Created by John Walters, this satirical black comedy crime film is he actually is still alive today and created transgressive cult films such as Pink Flamingo. He actually appears in Seed of Chucky and the TV series Tell Death to Us Part and the Chucky's TV series. I mean, Charles Lee Ray, the killer doll. Chucky is a monster, but have the legendary creator of this iconic horror movie as a kill call veteran. I'm saying that I actually am glad I chose. I actually was actually going to do this for. I'm going to do this for my kill count for Mother's Day, and also I will actually say. And stars Kathleen Turner as the serial mom Beverly Sutton, who actually is in The Man with Two Brains, Crimes of Passion, who actually voiced Jessica Rabbit in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Nurse 3D, Monster House, and the fucking as the voice of Conscious, Sam Walters, who actually is the biggest name because he is in Law and Order, Ricky Lake, who actually is in the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Gemini. But we got the legendary King of Horror, Matthew Lillard, who actually is in Ghoulies Free. Ghoulies Go to College. Scream and Scream 2. He actually died in Scream, his original character, but he actually in Scream 2 as a background character. He's in The Curve, 13 Ghosts. He's in the fucking Scooby-Doo franchise throughout the Scooby-Doo. He is blood-sucking bastards. And he in Five Nights at Freddy's as a villain alone, as the Yellow Rabbit or Springtrap himself. Honestly, Walters actually have 4 actresses before Kathleen. There was Meryl Streep, Kathy Bates, Glenn Close, and Julie Andrews. Everybody before Casting Turner, and everybody knows these iconic ladies. Let me actually explain the what. Let me explain about why they actually. Before I actually move on, Meryl Streep, why she actually she actually did choose why he want Meryl Streep in the freaking in his freak. Meryl Streep actually is the only actress that I know of that Meryl Streep is a legend. Work beside a big Hollywood's. I have no idea that I had a sister and a man who I have a father, Bill Peters, who raised me, my dad. But Richard Weber is don't know how else to describe it. I'm very lucky. Sounds like a pleasant surprise. It's more than pleasant. Meryl Streep is one of the outstanding people of rewards. She is amazing. She known as the one from Deer Hunter, Kramer versus Kramer, Sophie's Choice, Alaska. Death comes to her. The Bridges Country. She actually in Mamma Mia. The Doubt. The Devil Wears Prada. The Hour. Adaptation. Julia. It's Complicated. Into the Woods. The Post. Little Women. Margaret Thatcher. The Iron Lady. Angels in America. Big Little Lies. Only in Murder Little Building, she is the. And I know everybody knows Meryl Streep, and why he actually also chose Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates is a horror legend. I mean, she got triple crowns, and she actually is, because before Serial Mom take place, she was in the psychological thriller Misery, which is based on the Stephen King offer. She was in Titanic. She was in Fred Claus, Valentine's Day, Bad Santa 2, Summer Camp. I'll deliver your baby and make sure the baby is comfortable for as long as I can. But honestly, Glenn Close, honestly, who forgets about Glenn Close, who's actually in Mars Attacks, House of Spirits, The Paper, Air Force One. And she played Cruella in 101 Dalmatians and 101 Dalmatians 2, The Big Trill. She was in Fatal Attraction. That's why he chose her, because She was in Fatal Attraction. And Deja Relations. And Julia Andrews. Everybody knows about Julia Andrews, who actually played Mary Poppins. But I wonder why he he actually chose the one that played Mary Poppins. Because Julia Andrews is the one that played Mary Poppins. That's actually a little. Oh, wait. I actually don't know why. Oh, because she could do multiple voices. He was looking for somebody, and and I and we actually have so many people that actually influence Doris Wishman. Doris Wishman, who actually have sex for film, who actually is actually shown in the film. Although Pergman, who actually is who films are actually is shown in the film, which I think his film was I I think it was Rosebud or something else. We also got William Castle, who actually is also in here. William Castle, who actually directed When a Stranger Marries. He actually did so many films, and when Jason died 2 years later in a car accident under the influence, I realized that he was a drug addict, and I'd been his first dealer. But here's my real point. And the last one was actually Herschel Gordon Lewis, and I already know what film he actually is. His film. It's actually Blood Feast. And the audio of Ted Bundy, who actually is actually Waters, who actually voiced it. And Waters actually created a book in 2019 called Know It All that actually cut in the violence of because he had to re-edit everything because violence and dark comedy. He had to cut everything because the executives of this company keep on and got poor screen tests held together, and the script was actually created for Kathleen Turner, and Turner actually made it, and Kathleen Turner actually tell the gossip Liz Smith, leave Serial Mom alone. And he actually filmed it in his hometown of Baltimore. He actually said he actually got a bad taste in his mouth, and now Kathleen is the star. And so, how many kills did Beverly did? Let's get to the kills. The kills! The movie begins with it's actually based in a true story, which I will actually tell you actually later on in the video. But Waters say it's all fiction and names are changed. And we have a title card! And it's it's actually like a bubblegum. And it's actually like a bubblegum pop song. And we actually, it's a happy tone, blue like normal. And we actually have a normal family. We meet the Sutons. Beverly Sutton. Beverly Sutton. Her husband Eugene. And their two children, Misty and Chip. It's a normal day. Chip is obsessed with horror movies, and Misty is obsessed with Carl. They were actually talking about it, and over dinner, Beverly saw a fly, and with Kathleen coming at home, she tried to hit the freaking fly, and she got it. Then they heard knock at the door. The two detectives, Pike and Gracie. These two detectives are really great detectives. Let me actually, before I actually move on, Pike was played by Scott Wesley Morgan. I can't get to him, but Walter Pearson is actually in The Exorcist 3, Shark's Conspiracy, Donna Basso, The Jackal, Montana, Message in the Bottle, The Walking the Dead, Rush, Super Trooper, and The 13 Commissary. And he was actually with Eugene, his co-star Eugene, in Law Order. Back they were actually they were there talking about obscene phone calls and threatening notes to Miss Dottie Hinkle. This is the early 90s and 1993. And to tell you the truth, um, well, these obscene phone calls are actually freaking prank calls, and they are actually notes. Dolly is actually played by Mick Scholl, which are actually a veteran to Walter's previous works, which I will. And we actually, she lived down the street from Beverly, and she actually called to the birds, and honestly, Beverly actually just see the birds all the time. Honestly, you get this reference in the movie all the time. To Dottie and Birdie, Carl and Beverly. To make jokes and not wearing a seatbelt. And seatbelt. And if you're wondering who actually made the phone calls, it was Beverly. Beverly actually making the phone calls, making the prank phone calls. Keep prank calling Doxy. I tell she actually played Mrs. Wilson until she actually turned into to the prank caller again. I love how her voice switched from one place to another. That's how she became Jessica Rabbit. Honestly, Mary Jo Carlton, who actually played Mr. Ackerman, who actually is, well, she actually played Mrs. Puff. To honestly is going to sneak in on Beverly Curson. She's honestly, she actually thought, why is Beverly shouting? Who she shouting out? Honestly, to tell you the truth, she is shouting. Beverly said, "Oh, I'm just shouting at the cable company," but she was shouting at Dottie by pranking her. Dottie is playing flowers. A flashback to see that she stole Spot and she snapped. To tell you the truth, the reason why Beverly is doing these kills for her family is because she's going through menopause. I am. Yeah. Yeah, I am not joking. She is going through menopause and happy Mother's Day to Beverly, but she is going through menopause. Honestly, she go to the PTA and meet Mr. Stubborn. And he was actually talking to one parent, and honestly, it may have fruitcake. But honestly, Mr. Stubborn actually say that Chip have a mental illness for watching horror films that are affecting his schoolwork. So he says something wrong with his family. So Mr. Stubborn. So Beverly just waved at Mr. Stubborn and ran him over with her car at 5:34. This is brutal. She actually ran her over with her car. Then she run him back over. I actually had to wait until she ran him over to see the dead body fully dead. And it's brutal. She John Rock he actually have John Walter actually did have the script in mind for Kathleen Turner in mind. Honestly, it have radar for graphic humor. I already told you all this, but should I actually? The tagline is "Every mother wants to be wanted, but not for murder." One is it dark. Waters' cameo in this his film. Waters drew from infamous criminals include murderers and lesser known suburban criminals. Waters' films serial mom is the part from underground films is designed by Van Smith to a suburban family in the 90s. Van Smith actually designed all the clothes. Serial Mom is a blend of comedy and horror. You can actually see the comedy and horror. Waters actually want Divine. Divine was actually going to make a cameo, but she passed away. Beverly hair is hilarious, and throughout the film, the colors are the bright colors to contrast the dark subject matter. Serial Mom gained a cult following over years. The film is solicited facade and different darknesses, and the movie soundtrack features elegant music choices. Film release was met with mixed reviews from critics. Serial marks Waters' collaboration with Arlene Kerr for the first time. Tat is made 13 million. Waters create a satire of true crime. Honestly, Beverly went to the garage while Chip watched a horror movie. Honestly, Blood Beast. Honestly, I will kill Counterfeit. Because Blood Beast is actually a bomb in one. Of it, Beverly got cookies. And also, to tell you the truth, Chip's job is actually working at a video store. And And Eugene is a dental office worker. And honestly, honestly, with his school, honestly, she actually taught. He actually killed a man. He actually killed Mr. Stubborn. That she just killed. Just tell him that it's interfered with his schoolwork. She actually watches the school movie, The Blood Feast. It's a serial mom kill count. It's not the Blood Feast. Honestly, to tell you the truth, a lady got her heart ripped out in the TV. It's not the Blood Feast kill count, it's serial mom. I will not count the body in Blood Feast. They sit down to a meatloaf dinner. And Carl want Misty to lose weight. Honestly, to tell you the truth, Beverly has some real good lessons. Like, you don't need to change yourself to have Carl's love. Carl's a jerk. Chip say happy I can shit. Yeah. Sorry YouTube, I don't need to. I just say what? What the Beverly said, Chip, I hate the brown word. But Rosemary ran and tell Dama a teacher been murdered, which I already counted. Mr. Paul Stubbins big counted, and we actually see Lou and Hodges from actually sawing Beverly's blue station wagon at the crime scene. But she was, to tell the truth, she's kind of a stoner. Honestly, to tell the truth, he doesn't deserve to die. But Beverly have a book of serial killers. Honestly, it's Beverly wants sexy time with Eugene, and I cannot believe Kathleen Turner actually did this, and it was hilarious. To tell you the truth, this scene is hilarious. Kathleen actually spot on, and by far this is the first funniest scene. But she is warm. I already told you that she's go for menopause. Beverly saw the birds. Honestly, the birds are a reference to actually Eugene have a dental emergency. Ralph and Betty Storin are his patients, and Scotty Sturden is actually his their son that hang out with Chip. And Beverly wake up Chip with a kiss and say time to work. I like I like when this script have Kathleen Turner's comedic moments, plus a funny voice, and it actually worked out. Missy got stood up by Carl, Detective Pike and Gracie are here, and Scotty here. She asks questions to Beverly. Lou is not wrong. Honestly, Lou is not wrong, but you're actually going to wait. And the funniest, the second funniest thing is she dances and sings to Daybreak. And she actually recycled and gave drinks to the garbage boys, and everybody want Mrs. Ackerman to die. Dottie, Dottie and Rosemary, but but Dottie, but Beverly revealed to be the prank caller and broke her egg and blame it on Dottie. So they actually went to actually go. And the police detective found the books that she actually been planning on murder. And she went to the flea market. And with her daughter to see Carl with a new girl. The the girl is kind of a gold digger. Rosemary and change the labels and made a $6 fire poker into a $3 one. And the gold digger as well, Carl had to take a leak as well as she went to the went when Carl went to the men's room, she went in and to and went to Carl and jab a fire poker in his back and rip out his lower text. And she actually have it stuck to the bottom of her shoe. And when Carl is dead, and she was unfazed by it, and the fire poker was blood. And Eugene found the book of serial killers and the voice of Ted Bundy. Found it another movie. She, the next victim, and a Beverly have no Rosemary and Rosemary and Doxy. And she knows Scotty. Honestly, she actually have a she actually they were out sitting on dinner and she actually want now she want to kill Scotty. Now she actually went to kill Scotty, but she saw Scotty's parents, Betty and Ralph Sterner, eating freaking chicken. And that just set her off because now they eat bird. So, Scotty was having a alone time. I can't tell you what alone time it is. And Wheel of Fortune is on. So she actually surprised Betty by hiding behind a freaking her clothes and stabbed Betty Sterner with a pair of scissors in the gut at 4707. And she was. And everyone got in, and Scotty was the only one that survived. But she was chasing Ralph with a pair of scissors. And Ralph, I think he made it, but Ralph got killed by using a falling air conditioner to at 4822. Now she gone home, and now the police actually had to stand by from her. The police are now watching her and make sure she not fazed by it and just not go on another massacre. And she escaped to get all the movies. And Mrs. Jensen said, "Turn off. Come on, that Chainsaw Massacre," which I will cover. And Miss Jensen, she went to Mrs. Jensen's house, and her dog was barking, but Mrs. Jensen have her licking feet. And she didn't notice Beverly because she was singing the Annie song Tomorrow. But honestly, she was whacking Mrs. Jensen with a fucking lamb leg while the Tomorrow song play at 1:101:56. And Scotty saw, and she chased him to stab him and tried to kill him for not wearing a seatbelt. And he actually drove off and have a high-speed chase because Bertie and Chip actually escaped with her to actually. Now they actually have to find her, and they actually see the dad and Chip actually see his dad and sister. And then she is armed and nuts. The cops say she is armed and nuts. And fucking nuts. I am not joking, don't. It's a high-speed chase. And honestly, Scotty have a fake ID to get into, and she is treated like a celebrity and got in. And Scotty tried to get away from Beverly, but Beverly cut a spotlight on him and crash. Honestly, the police storm him and Scott got killed by a death and by a hairspray lighter at 109:17. But it made a good, cool band performance. Cool. She was arrested and they chant "Serial Mom, Serial Mom, Serial Mom." And honestly, they actually did find her evil Carl's brother Punch Chip, and she actually become her own defendant. She actually had to make herself not guilty. She actually did it by doing this. Beverly she actually made the court believe that Donnie made the jury think Donnie is an alcoholic, make her contempt of court, make everybody can believe Lou's story of her high. The detective have a freaking magazine of I can't say on here. Go watch the movie and see yourself. Carl and make Rosamund think she actually the one that did it. And make everybody forgot all the crime because Susan from Free Company is here. That's going to be playing Serial Mom. And Mr. Pickles, who actually been getting hot and heavy with Beverly. And make everybody believe that she'd been wrongly accused and be found not guilty. And she was accused and not be charged. But that was a fucking false accuse. I am sorry, YouTube. Please. Honestly, the white shoe juror been because Beverly said you can't wear white shoes after Labor Day. The white shoe juror at 1:29:06 got beaten to death by a telephone off screen. The look as scared as Susan from Free Company tell that, and Beverly actually says she doesn't want to make the movie at the end. And the freeze frame. How many kills did Beverly did in her quest because she got put on menopause in this Mother's Day? Let's get to the numbers. Oh, a leg of lamb. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. I'm going to... Let's get to the numbers. Psst. Ow. That hurt. Ow. About 7 people died. Guys, I really hurt myself. No joke. About 7 people died in Serial Mom. 4 male, 3 female. With a runtime of 93 minutes, we got killed on average every 10 minutes. Honestly, you guys really, I honestly, the great acts of execution, the golden great acts of execution, I would give it to Scotty, but the, I I couldn't give it to Scotty. Scotty Depp was memorable for the band, but it doesn't have a memorable thing like Mrs. Jensen. I give it to Mrs. Jensen. She got bludgeoned to death by a lamb leg while Annie's playing of the Tomorrow song. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, it's another day away. Honestly, this actually made me want to grab a lamb leg and beat somebody with. Actually, you guys know I'm not going to do that. I am just joking. The whipping with axe Adonis will go to the white shoe juror. Was kill off screen. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there, and tune in for my kill count trailer. Make sure to tune in for my recent videos. Tune in for my most popular video, and make sure to subscribe. And if you see my icon from the very beginning, subscribe. And here's my trailer. See ya. Are you ready for my next kill count? The Omen 3, the final conflict, or the final conflict, is the final installment. Play now. Older Damien, played by Sam Neill. Honestly, now as an adult, he actually stands in as power as the second coming attempt. A group of priests tried to kill the Antichrist. Like Richard Donner's director of the first film. Honestly, this is actually good, and honestly, and the location is substitute London and as London University. And I will describe even more in my upcoming kill count. Tune in for the final conflict. Have a good day. And the final conflict is after.